homework time. Yes, happy homework time is here again. And lesson 13 homework. Let's start by jotting our name down at the top so we don't forget to do so later on or anything. I'll put my name, you put yours. Don't write my name. Copier. Copy. All right, and then for the date, let's write today's date. I will write today. You write the actual date, where and whenever you are. And we're going to solve using the redo process. Okay, read, draw, write. RDW, read. Then we draw, then we write process. So a pair of jeans cost $89. Say what? Your jeans cost that much? Mine don't. Anyway, jeans cost $89. A jean jacket costs twice as much. All right. What is the total cost of a jean jacket and 4 pairs of jeans? Woo! All right, well, we'll do it here. Okay, so we're looking at a jean jacket. So let's draw out everything here. So if we're just looking at jeans, which we'll call J, that's $89, right? There we go. Now the jacket, okay, I can't call that J, and I don't want to call it JJ, so I don't know. I'll call it C for coat. Huh. Okay, is twice as much. Okay, so it's going to be 89 twice, right? All right. And so we can actually just take a moment here to save us a little brain power later on and say, okay, so a jacket, the coat here, is going to cost 2 times $89. Okay. So now what we're trying to find, though, is the total cost of a jean jacket and 4 pairs of jeans. Okay, so as far as drawing that out, I think what we would be best to do is to do this multiplication first so we know what we're talking about here. So find the cost of the jacket. So it is 89 times 2. And a very good estimate is to look at this and be like, that's 90 times 2. 9 times 2 times 10, right, is 180. So it's going to be pretty close to that. So we'll do this in standard algorithm. 9 times 2 times 9 rather is 18. Place that 8. Regroup the 1 in the tens place. 2 times 8. 16, cross it out with me, 16 plus 1 is 17, so 178, yeah, we had said pretty close to 180, right, and there it is. Okay, so the coat we now know costs $178, so now what we're trying to find is to draw this out. Now I'm just going to draw a nice line here dividing these preliminary drawings. Isn't that a nice line? Woo, that's a beautiful line. Okay, so what we're trying to find is 4 pairs of jeans, and you see why I assign them the letters now. 2, 3, 4 pairs of jeans, 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 jeans. And then I'm going to draw it a little bit bigger, twice as big actually, because it's twice as much, and then 1 coat. Okay, and this is what we're trying to find here. Okay, and we'll just call that X because, you know, like we're running out of letters here. Okay, so 4 pairs of jeans and 1 coat. So the best way to do this then is to take that 89, right, for a pair of jeans and multiply it by 4. There are other ways. We already multiplied it by 2, so we could double that again if you wanted, but we'll go ahead and do 89 times 4. So that's this here. This will be, we'll write it right under here, 89 times 4. All right. And so standard algorithm again, 4 times 9 is, that's right, 36. We'll place the 6, regroup the 3 in the tens place. 4 times 8, 32. Cross that with me. 32 plus 3 is 35. Okay, so $356 for 4 pairs of jeans. And then we have the cost related that. All right, for the coat. Did I say coat? All right. So now if we put these two together, we'll have our X. You see how this drawing makes it pretty clear what we're talking about here? That's why I did 2 sets of drawings here. You could have done it differently. So now I can add these 356 for the 4 pairs of jeans and the jean jacket for 178. If I put these two together, that will give me the total cost. And by the way, there are other ways you could have done this, because if you look at this, this is basically jeans, 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 isn't it? So you actually could have just done 89 times 6 to get a total here. You see how that's another method of doing it? I did it in more of a step-by-step process so you could see where I'm getting these numbers from. But if you can make that mental leap and see how this is 89 times 6, you could have done this in one simple step instead of 3. Now you tell me. Okay, let's add. 6 plus 8 is, that's right, 14. We'll place the 4, regroup the 1. 1 and 5 and 7. Oh, this is 6 plus 7 is 13. Good. We'll place 3, regroup the 1. 1 plus 3 plus 1. 5. Whoa, so that's our grand total, and that's before tax. Yeesh! Maybe it's a tax-free weekend if they still have those anywhere. So we'll write our statement now, read, draw, write. The jean jacket and 4 pairs of jeans. The jean jacket and 4 pairs of jeans costs a whopping $534. Wow! That's pricey, yo. All right, let's go on to number 2. All right, and in number 2, we also have people buying clothing. So let's go shopping again, shall we? So Sarah, bless her heart, bought a shirt on sale for $35. The original price of the shirt was 3 times that amount. These people are loaded. Goodness. Sarah also bought a pair of shoes on sale for $28. The original price of the shoes was 5 times that amount. Together, how much money did the shirt and shoes cost before they went on sale? So this is a good question, because you might want to figure out, well, how much did I save? That would have cost me this much. Okay, so we have shirt and shoes, and they both start with S. So let's actually just write out the words. So we'll draw. We read, now we're going to draw. The shirt, she paid $35 for, originally cost 3 times that amount. So it's going to be another 35, and yes, another 35. Not giving myself much room to write there. And so altogether the shirt is, that's right, 3 times 35. And then the shoes, we'll write out the word shoes. They were on sale for $28. So here's 28, and originally they were 5 times that amount. So a second 28, a third, a fourth, and a fifth would have been the original cost. So 28, 28, 28, and 28. Altogether, what we're talking about here is, that's right, 5 times 28. And what we're trying to find is what they cost before they went on sale. So that's all of this together, right? And we'll just call that, as we did before, X. So we see we can find the 3 times 35 to find the original price of the shirt, the 5 times 28 to find the original price of the shoes, add them together, and we will find our X how much they cost before they went on sale. No problem. It's going to be pretty pricey, huh? These people, I tell you. So let's do the shirt first. 35 times 3. We're doing standard algorithm here. 3 times 5, then 3 times 3 with regrouping as needed. 3 times 5 is, that's right, 15. Regroup the 1 in the tens place. 3 times 3 is 9. Cross it out with me. 9 plus 1 is 10. So the shirt originally cost $105. Let's do the shoes now, which is 28. And originally cost 5 times that. Pricey shoes, yeah. All right, so 5 times 8 is 40. We place a 0. And regroup the 4 in the tens place. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 4 is 14. Okay, and when we put these two together, we'll have our X, how much they cost before they went on sale. So that would be simply 140 added to the 105. Very simple addition they gave us here. 0 and 5 make 5. 4 and 0 make 4. 1 plus 1 is 2. So the shirt. And now I should point out, oh yeah, it does say together. The shirt and shoes together, I want to include that word. Because without it, then it would be asking me what were the separate prices, which we did calculate. The shirt and shoes together cost $245 at full price. So she got a pretty good deal there, right? Yeah, she paid 35 and 28. So, I mean, if you just round off to 28, you say about $65. Subtract 2, you say $63 exactly she paid instead of $245. Nice job. Nice shopping, Sarah. Well, we're halfway there. Let's go on to number 3. And number 3 steps it up a bit. This is an interesting one. So, let's read it first, and we'll draw and write. So, all 3,000 seats in a theater are being replaced. Okay, so total of 3,000 seats being replaced. So far, 5 sections of 136 seats and a 6th section containing 348 seats have been replaced. Notice our question, how many more seats do they still need to replace? Okay, so we're dealing with parts and wholes here, right? We know the whole number of seats is 3,000. Then we have a certain number that have already been replaced. And we're trying to find how many more remain to be replaced. So we're trying to find the difference between 3,000 and how many have been replaced. Okay, so if I were to draw out here, first the total number of seats, let's call that S. All right, so I'm just going to draw a nice long tape because that's all 3,000 seats, right? That's 3,000 seats. Now, what has been replaced so far? I'll call this R. And there are different ways you can draw this. This is what makes sense to me, okay? So we have 5 sections of 136 seats. So there's 136 seats, right? And we have 5 of those. So 2, 3, 4, 5 such sections. I'm going to take a moment, do it with me, write 136 in each of these. This is actually pretty important here, so you'll get confused. And then we also have this 6th section containing 348 seats. So I can actually, these are also being replaced. So these are a part of my R variable here. So I'll make it a little bit bigger because it's more seats. So 348. So these right here, I know I can calculate as 5 times 136. And that's 348. What am I trying to find? Now you see why I drew it this way? We're trying to find the difference between them. And I'll do my infamous dotted line here. We're trying to find the difference between them. That's what we need, and let's just go ahead and call that x again. Okay, so now the advantage of drawing these diagrams, as you can see, exactly what we need to do. We need to first calculate all the replaced seats and then just subtract it from the total number of seats. So we'll start off by doing that 136 times 5 to get those sections done. So standard algorithm here, 5 times 6, 5 times 3, 5 times 1, with regrouping as needed. So 5 times 6 is 30. Good. Place the 0, regroup the 10 in the 3 rather in the tens place. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 3, 18. Regroup the 1 in the hundreds place. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 1 is 6. So this right here, I could even jot it down here, that's 680 seats altogether, those 5 sections of 136 seats. And so now if we combine it with the 348, so we take the 680 and add to it the 348, we'll know how many have been replaced in all so far. So we're just adding here, so 0 plus 8, 8. 8 plus 4 is, good, 2. Regroup that 1. 1, 6, and 3, yeah, that makes 10. So 1,028 have been replaced, but what we're trying to find is how many remain to be replaced, how many they still need to replace. So we take the total number of seats, that 3,000, and if we subtract 1,028 replaced seats, we will get the difference between them, what remains. And you can do a simple estimate here. It's going to be pretty close to 2,000, right? In fact, it's going to be 28 away from 2,000. In fact, if you could mentally subtract 28 from 2,000, that would give you your answer. But we'll do it the hard way. Fine. All right, well, I can't take 8 from 0, and I'm going to be regrouping across zeros here. I hope you remember how to do this. I'll decompose the 3,000s, leaving 2,000s there. Okay, and we know what happens here, but I'll go step by step because it's been a while possibly since you've done this. And I bring that 1,000 over to the hundreds place as 10 hundreds. That still doesn't help me down here, so I'm going to leave 9 of those hundreds there and bring 100 over to the tens place as 10 tens. That still doesn't help me in the ones place, so I'm going to leave 9 of those tens there and bring 110 over to the ones place as 10. Common mistake here is to write this 2999. Okay, but you see when we get to the ones place, the place we're grouping to here, it's actually 10 ones brought over, 110 brought over as 10 ones. So slow down sometimes if you need to, okay? So now we can subtract straight across. So 10 minus 8 leaves 2, 9 minus 2 is 7, 9 minus 0 is 9, and 2 minus 1 is 1. 1,972, that's how many seats remain. That's our x here. Let's write that out. X equals 1,972. Beauteous. And now we just need our statement. They still, whoever they are, this restoration committee, need to replace 1,972 seats. All right, we're almost there. We just have number 4 to wrap things up. Well, let's hop on over. Well. Looks like we're working for Dunder Mifflin now, dealing with reams of paper. A ream of paper, by the way, in case you're wondering, is a pack of 500 sheets. One of those packs of paper, that's a ream of paper. So let's read about reams. Ooh, chills of excitement. And I just want to mention, before we read this, note how many different stores we have, because as in real life, they all have somewhat similar names. Okay, so watch how many stores we're dealing with. Computer Depot, that's one store. Computer Depot sold 762 reams of paper. Paper Palace, that's the second store, sold 3 times as much paper as Computer Depot, okay, which was the first store, and 143 reams more than Office Supply Central. So now we have a third store in the mix, okay, so I want to keep track there. And our question is, how many reams of paper were sold by all 3 stores combined? Okay, so pretty simple here. So we'll write CD for Computer Depot. And we know that value. So we know that that is just simply 762. That we're giving. Great. Paper Palace. Sounds lovely. Paper Palace, PP. Sold 3 times as much as Computer Depot. So if I draw Computer Depot's voluminous 762 reams, I can then triple that, right? They sold 3 times as much. So there's a second 762 and a third 762. And while I'm here, let me just take a minute and say, okay, well, look, I know to find Paper Palace that this altogether will be 3 times 762. All right, because while I'm thinking about it, best to figure it out. Okay, now, Paper Palace sold 143 reams more than Office Supply Central. So Office Supply Central sold less than Paper Palace, right? So OSC, their tape is going to be shorter, not a whole lot shorter, but right, shorter than Paper Palace. And we don't know how much this is, but what we do know is this. The difference between them is 143, and I'll drop my infamous dotted line. That's why it's infamous, because it's weird looking. So we could see, okay, it's that much less. But refer back to the question, how many reams of paper were sold by all 3 stores combined? Okay, so that's everything here. That's what we're trying to find. We haven't used R yet for reams, so let's use R for reams, okay? So we already know here we can calculate Paper Palace's total, and once we find that, we can subtract the 143 to get Office Supply Central's, and then add the 3 together to get a grand total. All right, so we see we have 3 steps here we have to do. All right, so let's start off with Paper Palace. We have 762, which we're multiplying by 3 to find Paper Palace's total. Standard algorithm, we'll be doing 3 times 2, 3 times 6, 3 times 7, with regrouping as needed. So 3 times 2 is 6. Good, no regrouping there. 3 times 6, however, is 18. So we place the 8, regroup the 1 over in the hundreds place. 3 times 7, 21, plus 1 is 22. Insert that comma. So this is Paper Palace. So I like to keep track of stuff and not get confused. So that's 2,286 for Paper Palace. Now if we take Paper Palace's total, we can see they sold 143 reams more than Office Supply Central. So if we take Paper Palace's total, 2,286, and subtract that 143, we'll get Office Supply Central. So minus 143. And look, no regrouping. I'm surprised. I thought they would have made this a little harder. Huh. Okay, 6 minus 3 is 3. 8 minus 4, 4. 2 minus 1, 1. And 2 in the thousands place. So Office Supply Central's total here is 2,143. And now I can clearly see, you see why I write in my subtotals? So I can clearly see I'm adding this 762 with the 2,286 with the 2,143 to get a grand total. Some people like to do this in 2 steps, add 2 of the numbers, get a subtotal, and then add the third number for the grand total. I'm feeling lucky, so I'm going to go ahead and do it all at once, all 3 add-ins. But I like to place the largest number on top, and that would be this 2,286. 86 from Paper Palace, and then the 2,143 of Office Supply Central, and the laughably small Computer Depot's total of 762. We can add this all up, right? And that actually will give us R, so I could put an equal sign here. R will equal that. Okay, so 6 plus 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11. Place the 1, regroup the 1. I see a make 10 here. 4 and 6 is 10. 8 more is 18. Plus 1 is 19. Place the 9, regroup the 1. I see another make 10 here. 2 and 1 are 3 with 7 make 10. And that 1 more is 11. Place the 1, regroup the 1. 1 plus 2 equals 5. Great. So that is my R, how many reams were sold by all 3 stores combined. So that leads me right to my statement. All 3 stores combined sold 5,191 reams. Wow! Yeah, so that was laborious homework there, wasn't it? But you did it. This homework time is complete, so I will see you again next time. It is homework time.